Decode a new reality. What does that mean? What does it mean to decode a new reality? It means to shape and shift and change the world around you that you're surrounded with into perhaps maybe something else, something more favorable, maybe perhaps something more filled with joy, or perhaps maybe something more vibrant. But the most important thing is to realize is that you have this ability to decode a new reality. I don't care where you're at right now in your life. I don't care what challenges you're experiencing. You have that power and that ability. And on some level, all of us, to one degree or another, are awakening to this power and are being called to actively start utilizing it more to recreate our lives, to show up in a more fantastic way, to express ourselves at a higher level, to have more energy and more vibrancy, more good health, all those good things that are so important that perhaps it is that we desire. I remember when I first got introduced into this whole realm of quantum physics and energy, it was very overwhelming. It was very hard for me to literally get my head around, which makes sense. You can't. But I remember Doc, who was a scientist that introduced me to all of this, knowing that I came out of the technology world, well, he utilized a great model from technology that really helped me to understand how it is that I could decode a new reality, a new experience in my life. And so if you think about it, and you've perhaps maybe have heard me use this metaphor before, we're these super biological wireless computers, okay? We're plugged into the ultimate super internet, source energy, the field, pure consciousness, whatever you want to call it. Please do whatever title you insert works for you. That's awesome. But we have access to that information, that field of energy. And what does the internet or this ultimate super internet look like? It's ones and zeros. It's vibrational information. So there's a part of us that decodes that information to put it up on the screen of our device or our computer or whatever, or our lives, to experience. What is involved in that process? What actually takes all those ones and zeros that don't look like anything, and then it gets decoded into the images that we experience in our life experiences, the things that we go through at work, the challenges that we experience, the victories that we have, the loving connections that we get to experience in our lives. It's that aspect of who and what we are, that aspect of our mind, that aspect of our energy. And just as in your device, you have a CPU, a central processing unit. That's your mind. Your mind decodes vibrational information and then puts it up on the movie screen of your life experience in order for you to experience. So if you don't like what's outpicturing on the screen right now, then we know that there needs to be a different decode. If I go to kind of a more musical analogy, we experience this all the time. If you still happen to have a radio, is that the airways filled with all these possibilities, but that station, that tuning device, tunes into a certain frequency and picks up a certain, station of programming. It could be a programming of gloom and doom at 88.5. It's always available there, broadcasting 24/7 in pure stereo sound. That's a possibility. But at the same point, you could also move to 94.7 and tune into the smooth jazz station, or maybe perhaps the classical music station, or maybe perhaps the talk radio station, which isn't too far away from 88.5, I feel sometimes. But the bottom line is that you have the ability to change and decode something different. That radio is decoding the programming that you're experiencing in your life. If you don't like the programming, then change the station you're on. And we're beginning to learn. We're beginning to learn through visioning. We're beginning to learn through the power of intention. We're beginning to learn that emotionalizing. We're beginning to learn that our energy has the ability to shift us and move us from any of these stations of possibility. So some things to contemplate are, what do you want to tune into? In fact, I like this radio music station analogy much better than the computer one. It's like, what do you want to tune into? Do you want to tune into the blues? Do you want to tune into love songs? Do you want to tune into smooth jazz? You decide, but the important thing is to decide. So there's some things that come inherently is that, first of all, one, just as with your radio dial, just as with your computer, you have the ability to download new programs to experience a new reality. You have the ability to change the knob in the dial and tune into different stations of possibility. That's where your point of power lies. That's how you truly step into becoming the composer of your life. Experience is when you learn how to shift your energy, your state of being, move that dial, tune into new stations, and start experiencing more love, abundance, more connection, more joy, more fulfillment, more vibrant health. And we're all in the process of learning how to do this. But bottom line is this is endless, unlimited possibilities that we're surrounded by. But it's you that are decoding your experience. So let's decode a new experience. If you're not happy with what's outpicturing on your life, then let's decode a new one. It is what it is. Did the best you could with the level of awareness that you have. And, we're all learning, we're all growing, we're all remembering. We're all letting go of these old stories of powerless or the somehow I got to go, work 24 hours a day to be successful. No. Decode a different reality and look to see what begins to shift in your life. Look to see what begins to outpicture in your experience. Look to see what sweet inner messages come to you, what creative ideas, what connections show up in order to help you to move forward in your experience and to move forward in your life. So with that being said, let's take a time to go to that place where all this takes place. And it's within ourselves. And so I invite you to breathe and just come along on this little musical journey with me. So just take some nice deep breaths. It's a great time to breathe deeply. Letting go of this need to have everything figured out. Take another deep inhale. Just breathe in these notes. That'll help you to decode a new experience for yourself. and gently ask, what do I need to know in this moment? What new way of thinking do I need to implement? What new vision do I need to hold within the sacred space of my mind? What new realization do I need to make? In order to help me to decode a new experience. Deep breath. So just gently push your hand on your heart space. Take a couple deep breaths. And know that in just that little piece, in just that little process, you're decoding a different experience. You're opening up to a new possibility. So take some moments to think about what it is that you'd like to decode yourself into, what station you'd love to tune into that would work best to support you with where you're at right now in your life experience. And look to see what begins to open up for you. And go along on this journey. But ultimately, we're all being called to remember our mastery and our ability to decode our reality. So rather than going and perhaps maybe changing the world overnight, let's work on our own world first and begin to kind of wield that power, and then hold the space that we can come collectively together as we build that muscle to begin to start decoding other things that are more higher uplifted, more evolved, more enlightened. That's the possibility of the future that we've been moving into. So I want to thank you for taking the time to tune in. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, where every day you're going to be, or every week I release new content to support you in shifting your energy, your vibration, your state of being, and aligning you with the magnificent expression of life that you truly are, so that you can begin to compose and orchestrate the life of your dreams in a way that works best for you. Take care. Have a harmonious day.